Hey there guys, the boss was here, and today we're doing another FNAF roulette. Our first game is... Playtime with Percy. Play this now, okay? Alright, hey there bots. First game of today, Playtime with Percy. An all-time classic. How does that song sound so familiar to us? I don't know, Fligo. It might be. That seems pretty good. It should be simple. Maybe just view the tutorial to refresh our minds. Good thinking, Fligo. to keep the tool up. Oh, that's what we did. Oh, never mind, Lego. You can spin again. A few jump scares isn't that bad. Yeah, pretty much. Yes. Never mind, it's good. Fair point, Bob. Fair point, Bob. Hey guys, that's it with our fourth game on the list. Our fourth game on the list. Our second game on the list. Hey, it's actually working.
Hello? Hey, so according to what I've been told, you're the one guy we hired to guard the warehouse. It's been a while since I've done this, but I'll be explaining to you what you will be doing, so just bear with me. So to start off, I should say how the power in the building is really faulty. You will probably need to manually recharge your power every once in a while. Though when recharging, you can't use your laptop or cameras, but your doors will remain closed. Oh, wait, on the topic on the laptop, actually, I should probably explain how it works. So your laptop will be your main line of defense. You can click on the text labeled on the top there to close the individual doors, which you have 3 of. You can also toggle the heating of the building to overheat anything that tries to come in through the vent on your ceiling. Though, I need to make it clear that you shouldn't keep the...
And of course it does. Oh well. You can spin again. At least you did a bit of the night. Next is 5 minutes of Mac Tonight 3. Oh, we're going to McDonald's. Don't even start, bingo. Alright, hey there guys. Alright, since the last game crashed, it's still 4 to go, so 5 minutes of Mac Tonight.
When the clock strikes 6:30, time to head for golden light. It's a good time for a great taste. Dinner at McDonald's.
Of course, okay.
It's Mac night. Come on, make it Mac night. When the clock strikes 6:30, time to head for.
One, here we go.
Hey, bud. I'm glad you applied for this night shift job here at our McDonald's. I've been for a long time. Anyway, I'm thrilled to have you aboard. I'm your manager, Chris, and it's my job to guide you through what you have to do here for your night shift duties. First things first, you have a camera panel there for you to check the building's security cameras. We installed them for you so you don't have to keep wandering around the place to make sure things are in the right place. As well smells of being a quicker way to check the rooms. On the second floor is our new animatronic, Mac Tonight. You may remember him from the commercials. Anyway, we recently had to install a new Mac animatronic. To your left there on your desk is the mains of the old one. We believe vandals have been breaking in through the night and tampering with it, but we'll just leave it at that. He always seems out of place every morning, and the other employees are becoming paranoid that it's haunted, but I'm not gonna bother you with that. In case anyone does get into the building and into your office, to your left is a window which you can shut. Well, there's a problem with the window. It has this, broken spring, which keeps it open when you close it. So, we don't really have the budget to replace it yet, so it all went into the new animatronic. Now, the door to your right, if anyone at all goes through that door, use your camera system to activate one of the monitors in the kitchen. It will generate some sound that will distract whoever is at your door. Anyway, I think that's all you need to know for this night, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.
Time to head for your death. Come to die tonight.
When the clock strikes 6:30, babe, time to head for home.
Alright, time to spin again. 3 to go now. Indeed, Figgy. Did great. Thanks, Amy. That's a perfect. This should do. Right, hey there, Banana Buds! With the third game on today, those nights at Fredbear's, the demo. Let's go. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Julio. Listen, I want to apologize again for the super short notice that you're working the night shift for this last week before the renovations. I had this week booked off several months in advance for my sister's wedding, and Damien just quit. At least I assume so. He doesn't answer his phone, and he hasn't written anything in to say he's leaving, so I guess he just kind of saved enough to quit? I don't know. But that left us with just you. Not ideal, but you are the only person qualified enough for the job out of everyone. Good thing is, you get a bit of extra pay. Before anything else, though, I gotta do the legal stuff. I'm sure you got all of this in person when you started during the day, but now you gotta get the night security version because there are some differences. Alright, I'll say we're good when you want to tune back in. Alright, let's see. Oh god, here we go. Welcome to Fredbear's Family Diner, where you are lucky enough to be a part of the most talented team of employees in Showbiz Pizza. Here you will make great connections with your community and serve the public alongside our star-studded cast of mascots that have warmed the public hearts for so long. Fredbear's Family Diner is owned under Fazbear Entertainment, and as such you are subject to all rules and regulations within the company's provided handbook, including but not limited to harassment in the workplace, discrimination against other employees, theft of company property, tampering with company property, and all other subsections outlined in the employee behavior section and section. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for any damage to personal property or injuries to employees, including medically definable disabilities caused by equipment during or after work hours. Fazbear Entertainment is not liable to pay any personal or private insurance companies for any incident involving the serious injury or death of any person or persons on the premises of any location that would be theirs, and are furthermore not liable to pay or compensate any employee or guests who suffer any injury caused by equipment on the premises. Okay, that's over with. Alright, we're good. The night shift shouldn't really be any different than your usual day, except that the place is empty. Or it should be. That's your job, actually. Keep it empty. You should have a company-provided flashlight with you. Handy to have, but it chews through batteries quicker than Damien went through body parts. If it runs out, you do work in a restaurant with some pretty high-tech stuff. There's bound to be some spare batteries lying around somewhere. Oh, speaking of batteries, the power does tend to be finicky, to say the least. So if there are any issues, like if the lights start flickering, just use the monitor at the back of the office to shut it all down, then switch it back on again. Alright, boss says it messes with the reserve power generator. Listen, I couldn't make this shift, but since I am halfway across the world for this wedding, I am awake and able to help you out. So just call me back if you need me. Alright? Thanks again, Julio. Good luck this week. Oh, and before I forget, there's a curtain in the party room on the west side of the main dining room. Make sure it stays closed at all times, alright? Boss's orders. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
Hey, Splits, I think we just got a message. Maybe it's time to spin. Good idea. Right. Now it's... 2 to go. So turns out that one's not ready. So moving on. Next to the real one that means 2 to go is... Five Nights at 39? Well, I've never heard of this. Makes me more intrigued to see what it's like. Indeed, Bonbon, I could see that. Hey guys, it's Boston Safe with our next game for today. Five Nights at 39.
I honestly didn't think you would turn up. Well, welcome to the advert studio. I don't know why it's here, because it's merely a recolor of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which kind of exists in this universe. I have no idea how that makes f***ing sense. Man. You know what? I need a minute. I'm getting a big sense of deja vu here. It feels like the graphics have been touched up, you know? One little lens flare here, some ambient occlusion, softer shadows, and no new textures. Nice touch, Dev. F***ing what is this, a cash grab? You lazy listen to me, I'm getting off track. So, Sam, you're here to fight me, yes? No? What, are you just gonna sit there in the office and stare at me at the cameras? Not say a word? Mate, you cannot handle this dick. Maybe in the old universe. You know what, I'm gonna shut up. I'm saying too much. I am not coming to fucking chase you, mate. I'm going to do what I've been doing for the last 20 years, all by myself, randomly popping into different rooms, and if I happen to pop in the office, you are fucked. So have fun having a fucking tug over me, you sweet, delicious power.
Oh, jeez. Oh, we spooked him. Besides, we're not wimps. Yeah, we're not. Some games just aren't for us. Anyway. Next one is... Alright, so the game crashed, so... Next? What the heck is this? Alright guys, here we are. Blast was back again! Oh, great. I have to log into that. Alright, moving on. DF League. Next is... Fazbear's Fright Storage. Hey guys, Fazbear's here. One more game for today. Fazbear's Fright Storage.
allow me to introduce myself. My name is Michael. I used to be the technician at Freddy's, and was the one who contacted the owners of Fazbear's Fright after the place burned down. Trust me, the equipment you're using right now is much more stable and much less likely to catch fire. Probably. Anyways, the building that you're currently in is a Fazbear storage building. Basically, when a character was scrapped, it was sent here to be used for parts, assuming its parts were still usable. That's why all the animatronics we found in the building were partially dismantled. I'm still working on repairing them, so not all of them are working yet. I'll keep working on them as the week goes on. Now, we're unsure whether or not this will be the final building that the horror attraction takes place in, but while we're still searching for a new location, we need you to keep an eye on these robots. So, allow me to give you a rundown of what to expect. As you saw last time, the animatronics tend to wander. Fazbear Entertainment was aware of this, so a security system was already installed. You have a security surveillance tablet, just like last time, except this one isn't mounted to the wall. You can use this to monitor the security cameras mounted throughout the building. If the cameras turn to static, don't worry, they'll be online again shortly. The next thing you should know about is what to do when Freddy and his friends get a little bit too close for comfort. To your right, you have a second tablet that allows you to activate and deactivate 3 heaters, one for each entrance to the room you're in. If somebody is, let's say, on your right, turn on the right heater. The animatronics are programmed to avoid temperatures hot enough to cause them to overheat and will leave. Once they leave, you can turn the heater off again. Simple enough. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, why can't I leave the heaters on the whole time? There's 2 reasons. 1, your room would become uncomfortably hot and your legs would start sticking to your chair. 2, Mangle. Mangle is that pink and white fox that you can see in the back room with the other characters. Now, Mangle was originally in a room called the Kids' Cove, which is where all the toddlers would be. To help keep track of them, Mangle was given thermal imaging. I know this because, well, I was the one who originally installed it. Now, that creates a problem since heat is your main method of defense. If you leave the heaters on for too long, Mangle will start crawling through the air vent connected to your office. You don't want that, so use the heaters sparingly. The last thing I need to go over is the animatronic from the last location, Spring Bonnie. It survived the fire, most of it at least, so it's in the building with you now. The problem is, since this animatronic is much older than the others, its programming isn't as advanced. This means that you can use the heaters all you want, but it won't work on him. To compensate for this, we've installed a button that lets you administer a controlled shock into whatever room you choose. It's too weak to affect the others, but it should work on him. So, to recap, use the heaters if somebody comes near, don't use them long enough for Mangle to start moving, and shock Spring Bonnie to get him to stay away. I think that's everything. See you tomorrow.
think that's a good place to end.